Yes, people, welcome back to All Tingz Arsenal, episode 29 we're on now. So, yeah, it's the international break. It is the international break, and I know you're all missing Arsenal, but I thought I'd just bring you some Arsenal related news just so you can get your daily fix of the Arsenal, man. 'Cause it ain't easy. It ain't easy not having this international break, man, especially when we have so much injuries. You're just praying that nobody else gets injured. And we saw the boy Bukayo Saka yesterday. That's probably where we should start. He got 90 minutes. I think he was signaling to the bench, and people are hearts in mouth moments. You just like, no, don't let Saka get injured. We've got all these injuries, but apparently he just needed to change his boot. So yeah, the boy made it through the game unscathed. He got his goal. Him and Eberici Eze, they both scored for the Arsenal, which it's great news, man. It's always good to see the boys score for their clubs, man. I mean, for their countries, sorry. Hincapi also played, I believe, for Ecuador in their 0-0 draw. So a few players got a few minutes for their countries. Also, Declan Rice, he also got some minutes as well. So it's good to see, man. It's good to see this international break. The things that you're kind of looking for is who's performing well, but the most important thing is who is fit. And speaking of who is fit, we kind of got some good news. There's some good news coming out of the Italy camp right now, and that is right now that Riccardo Calafiori. So Riccardo Calafiori, Arsenal have been handed a huge boost that Riccardo Calafiori will be in the squad to face, I believe, Italy's next game. I think it's against, I don't know, is it Moldova? Someone anyway. They got a game on Sunday, and he should be in the team for that game. It's against Norway. Okay, it's against Norway. So he's not injured. That's a good thing. They're saying it's just a minor hip issue. I don't know if he will play. Gattuso has been praising him, saying that it's very good to see that he would like to thank Barella, Calafiori, Bastoni for being here, as it means by no means to be taken for granted. He congratulates the lads for their professionalism and hunger. So it shows that he is having a little issue, but he could have just said, yeah, I don't want to be here. Let me just fly back to England. I got a North London derby coming up next weekend. But to be fair, hopefully it's not a major issue. And if he does play, hopefully it doesn't further aggravate it. Of course, as an Arsenal fan, I'm like, just fly back, or Gattuso, don't play him maybe in the next game. But yeah, let's just hope that he knows his body, because he is sort of made out of glass. At Arsenal, he has had a lot of injury issues, even previously. I believe the season that we signed him, that was probably like his breakout season. He played, I think, 33 league games for Bologna. So hopefully he can do the same for Arsenal this season. He's played 11 games so far in the Premier League, 12 games in all competition. He started every Premier League game. So he is clearly a mainstay in that defense. He has actually done very well. He's been a threat going forward and very good at the back. So hopefully his fitness issues are no longer an issue come the North London derby. And also more injury news. There's not really been no new news. That's the best way to put it. There's been no new news regarding Victor Gyökeres, Martinelli, Madueke, Odegaard, Havertz, Jesus. So we're assuming that at least 4 of those players should be fit for the North London derby. As it stands, I expect to see 4 of them in the squad. And we're going to see how Arteta integrates them and how he starts giving people minutes and how he copes with a fully fit squad. Because it's sort of easy to leave people out or play players because we've had no choice. But now, when everyone's back, I actually want to see, and that was something that Don C said, how are Arsenal and Arteta, how's Arteta basically going to cope with having everyone available? What is he going to do? Is he going to drop Gyökeres when he shouldn't? Is he going to, maybe play, I don't know, Eze on the left in a game where it needs the pace? Maybe because he feels obliged. I don't know. That's for the manager. The manager have to manage. So I want to see what Arteta does. This is going to be his biggest test. This period, the festive period, he's going to need to do a lot of chopping and changes because people are coming back. Some people are going to be in and out of form. They're going to need to be dropped. So we're going to see, man. We're going to see. This is going to be Arteta's test. If he can get us through that Christmas period unscathed relatively, then it holds us in good stead for the second half of the season. And hopefully the injuries slow down because we're getting way too many injuries. Way too many. It's not normal to get this much injuries in the front line. Literally, everyone has been out. I think it's only Leandro Trossard that's probably been in every single match day squad. I think he's the only one that hasn't missed a game. Everyone, you got Gyökeres, Saka, Havertz, Martinelli, Madueke, all missed games, injured. So we're gonna see. But in other news, so that's the international out the window. There's more games today. I believe they said 7 players will be in international duty, but we'll cover that on the next All Tingz Arsenal in the midweek building up to the North London derby. So we got sort of the Puskas Awards. So 3 of the Arsenal players have actually been nominated for this Puskas Award, which is very, very good to see. We got Declan Rice, who's been nominated. We've got Kyra Cooney-Cross, and we've got Mariana Caldente. They've all been nominated for the Puskas Award. I think this one's called the Puskas Award, and the other one's called the Marta Award. Marta, what a baller. So obviously this is the Declan Rice goal. I can't show too much of it, copyright reasons. But boom, top bins. And then I think he actually got nominated for the second strike. It must have been the second strike that he got nominated for, which was even better than the first. It's not very often someone scores 2 free kicks in a game, but somehow Declan Rice, he managed that feat. And we definitely say that second free kick, oof, what a goal. What an absolute beauty. Let me try and get up. Boom. Right in the top corner. They call that the postage stamp. Right there in the postage stamp, top corner. Between Saliba and the crossbar. Right there in the postage stamp. I don't think he scored a free kick since. I don't think he's ever scored a free kick before that. So that is actually crazy. He might never score 2 free kicks again. I'd hope that he does, because there's no way that I want them free kicks to come at the right moment. Maybe in like I want it to come for Arsenal. I was going to say in like a World Cup final or something like that, but I'd rather it be in a Champions League final for Arsenal, if we're being honest. And this is the second goal as well. The second goal, I'll quickly try to show it. Hopefully we don't get the copyright strike. Boom, top corner, what a goal from Mariana Candente. So those are the goals. Obviously, they don't have the Cairo Cooney cross goal, but all the best, all the best. Hopefully we can win one. I'd like to hope we can win one, but it's just nice to see that we've had some sort of recognition. 3 players from the men and the women's team, so very, very good to see that for Arsenal anyway. But now I'll sort of take a look at the Premier League. So we are on the international break, but our last game was against Sunderland. I don't think there's been too much meltdown. There's been some sort of narratives floating around, but as it stands, Arsenal, I think it's 4 points clear of Manchester City as it stands. I think it's 4 points clear. But after the international break, City and Liverpool, if you think they're still in the race, Liverpool played a 3 o'clock game against Nottingham Forest, and then Manchester City head to St James's Park for the 5:30 game. Then obviously we have the North London derby. So Manchester City, they're picking up form, and a lot of Arsenal fans, they are getting quite, I'd say they're getting a bit worried, they're getting a bit nervous that Manchester City is starting to get on our shoulder. We still got a 2-game buffer, but they're just inching that bit closer to us. We got the same goal difference, both 15. So the two sides kind of evenly matched. Arsenal only lost 1 game though to Manchester City's 3. We've won 8, they've won 7. It is sort of close. If you want to add Chelsea into the mix, Chelsea's sniffing there or thereabouts, 6 points off. So Arsenal, these next games, they are crucial because we actually have Tottenham, Chelsea, Brentford and Aston Villa. 3 London derbies. And you do know we are susceptible to sometimes drop points in London derbies. We've had 3 so far. We beat Palace, Fulham, and who was the other one? Palace, Fulham, and West Ham. We've beat them 3. And now our next 3 games are 3 London derbies. Hopefully, we can make that 6 from 6. If we do make that 6 from 6, I feel like that Sunderland draw is going to be well and truly a blip. If for some unexplained reason we get something like, I don't know, say 4 points, that's not going to be good. We need to be winning definitely 2 of those games. We need to be winning the home games against Tottenham and Brentford. If something goes wrong in one of those games, we're going to need to beat Chelsea. It is early on in the season, but that last minute goal we conceded against Sunderland is put a little bit more pressure on Arsenal. We didn't need it. That buffer, it would have been nice. It would have been a 28 points, 6 points clear of City. It would have been good. You would have gone into that Newcastle games. Who knows? They might have dropped points there. And then you have the North London derby. Can we go to say 8, 9 points clear? Now, we might go into that North London derby only 1 point clear. A bit of pressure. A bit more added pressure. A bit more added fear to the fans. But at this moment in time, we're now at the third international break. Arsenal have been very, very good so far. So far, so good. We can't complain. We can't complain about what we've seen. Yeah, you could argue maybe Arteta could be the reason why we might have dropped points in 2 out of them 3 games. But what about the other 8? The other 8 games, you can't fault him. He's been faultless. And we've got the victories. The Man United game, tough. Opening fixture. It was always going to be tough. Somehow we came out of there with the 3 points. Going to Anfield, that is a tough ground to go to. Manchester City, yeah, the way they played, that's a tough fixture though. You see their second is tough. We've had tough fixtures. St. James's Park, tough again. So we have had some tough fixtures. And now we've got Chelsea, Tottenham, and Aston Villa away. Some more tough fixtures. But this is the Premier League. What are we expecting? Are we expecting just easy fixtures? No. You sort of want to get your tough games out the way first. The away games. Go to those away grounds. Because at the back end of the season, you'd much prefer home conference. You'd much prefer to be playing Liverpool at home than going to Anfield toward the back end of the season. You'd much prefer to go Stamford Bridge now than the back end of the season. You'd much prefer to go and play against Man United at home than go into Old Trafford. So, it's a good start so far from Arsenal. I'm not one of these people that are going to be ranting and raving. We're top. 4 points clear. If you told me that at the start of the season, I'd have took it. As you know, I didn't predict Arsenal to win the league. So far, so good. Long may it continue. And hopefully, everyone can come back healthy. Now, there's also been some transfer news. I think that's where we're going to go into next. There's been some sort of transfer news, some speculation. So, first of all, it says Arsenal are yet to hold talks with Mikel Arteta over a new contract. Arteta set to have 18 months on his deal at the turn of the year. Now, as you know, I'm not the biggest Arteta fan. And I think all talks of a contract need to be on hold until the end of the season. We need to wait till the end of the season to assess whether that contract will be renewed, terminated, or kept the same. Because it's been 5 years now since we won that FA Cup. It's coming to a stage where we need to get over the line. And we're all hoping that this is the season. If Arteta can get us over the line, then although I don't want him, he deserves a new contract. He deserves it. Only someone crazy will say, no, you can't get a new contract. You have to give it to him. If he wins a Premier League or a Champions League, you have to give him the contract. You have no choice. You have to protect your asset. At this moment in time, he's doing a good job this season. But like I said, there's no prizes for finishing second. So, we must. In other news, Everton, Fulham, Nottingham Forest, and West Ham are all said to be monitoring the Miles Lewis-Skelly situation. That is after England manager Thomas Tuchel said he needs more minutes to be considered for the World Cup squad. But if we're being honest, Miles Lewis-Skelly, you had a breakout year last season. You should be content with what's going on this season. Could you have had more minutes? Of course you could have. But let's be honest, it's only because of Arsenal why you're even in the England squad. If you were somewhere else, would you have been picked for that England squad? I'd argue no. Arsenal has given you the platform to perform to this high level to even be considered for the England squad. And I'm pretty sure I've read reports that Miles Lewis-Skelly wants to fight for his position at Arsenal. And that is what we like. We like players that have the fight, the drive, the determination, and say, you know what? Things are not going well for me at this moment. But I back myself to overturn it. And I want to be part of this Arsenal squad. I'm not going to throw my ties at the pram. I'm going to wait my turn. And when I get it, I'm going to try to hold on to the shirt. I like players that don't run at the first sign of trouble. And Miles Lewis-Skelly, bravo. Props to you for wanting to stay at Arsenal. I've seen people say Arsenal should loan him. For what? Why are we loaning him? We've got Calafiori. We know he gets injured. We've got Hincapié, who can play left back, but he's new to the league and he will be cover for Gabriel. So we just gotta relax. The boy is young. Just let him develop. Let him get better in training. Let him learn the position. And maybe, who knows, there might be more plans. There might be a midfield role come available. Because you'd probably say we're short of midfield profiles of a Zubimendi. If a Zubimendi's not there, could it be Miles Lewis-Skelly's turn? Could he jump the queue in front of Norgard? Who knows? We don't know. We just gotta wait and see. And so does Miles Lewis-Skelly. So, yeah. Hopefully, he gets some more game time though. But we've got some news as well. There's some news that has come out of Arsenal are close to appointing Maurizio Micheli to a senior recruitment role. So it goes on to say the head of scouting department at Napoli, Micheli, has built a strong reputation during his time in Italy and is seen as one of the architects behind much of the club's recent success. Arsenal sporting director Andrea Berta has been keen to add to the working group closest to him ever since joining the Premier League club in March. As we know, Berta's been cooking. So people have been saying, if Berta wants him, you get him. You get Berta all the keys he needs, all the pieces and ingredients he needs to cook. And I agree. If that's what Berta wants, you get it for him. Because Berta, so far, this window was very good. We had reservations against like the Norgards, the Maduekes, Premier League experience, whatever. So far, Madueke, he's looked all right. He's got injured. There's more to come from him, I'm pretty sure. Norgard, he's been, I'd say, a 6. 6 out of 10. So, as a backup, that's not too bad. But then it goes on to say, that need only increased following interim predecessor Jason Haytow's departure from the club in May, after he failed to be appointed to the permanent position following Edu's exit in November. I wish I didn't even know that Haytow left, but I wish you all the best. And I don't actually mind that because you're saying I back myself to be a sporting director somewhere. I don't know where he actually is right now. Let me try to find out. Jason Haytow. Where is the guy? Let's try to find out. Okay. Congratulations. So I'll just put that up for people. So Jason Haytow is the new sporting director for Brighton and Hove Albion. having previously spent over a decade at Arsenal in various roles, okay, including the sporting director and interim sporting director. He's known for his role in overhauling Arsenal's recruitment department and has a background in sports management, a US startup team, and Norwich City's academy before joining Arsenal. Okay, man, congratulations, man. So this happened in September. Yeah, man, congratulations to him. I wish him all the best. As we know, Brighton, they scout some top talent. So maybe we might be doing business with Brighton soon. I don't know. Maybe we might do some business with you. You know what I mean, Brighton? You know what I mean? But yeah, so where else is it? Sorry, I've lost my thought process because of that news. So it says, should an appointment progress, Micheli would join the recruitment setup that already saw James Ellis promoted to the role of technical director this summer. Berta moved to Arsenal after 12 years at Atletico Madrid, which we know he was working alongside Diego Simeone. He first joined the club's scouting department before climbing the ranks to sporting director in 4 years. As we know, we had a busy summer. Zubimendi, Eze, Victor Gyökeres, Madueke, Mosquera, Norgard, Kepa, Hincapi. Yo, we bought everyone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 signings. Yo, you weren't messing around. Then James Horncastle analyzes a bit of Micheli's successes. So Micheli is one of Italy's leading scouts and has been considered one of the secrets to Napoli's success. He started out at Udinese when the Friulian club was at the cutting edge of recruitment and is credited with uncovering the likes of Asamoah Gyan and Saleh Ali Muntari. Hey, remember these players? I don't think the young kids would know. Asamoah Gyan, baller. Salih Muntari, baller. Inter Milan, Portsmouth, I think even Milan. So that's a baller. He found some magical players. Later at Brescia, Micheli found Marek Hamsik, who went on to become one of the best midfielders of his generation in Serie A. So this Micheli guy, he knows ball. He knows ball. If Berta wants him, you go and you get him. You go get him now. Go. Don't waste no time. If he wants him, you go and get him. All of these deals put Micheli on Napoli's radar. There was a time when Napoli used to shop regularly at Udinese. Interesting. Upon leaving Brescia, Hamsik also went on to become Napoli's captain and all-time great, surpassing Diego Maradona as the club's all-time leading goal scorer. Micheli's work in tandem with fellow scout Leonardo Montolivo delivered consistently for Napoli regardless of the changes in sporting director at the club. So, there's another name, Leonardo Montolivo. Listen, Berta, when you go and get this guy, you go and get Leonardo Montolivo. You go and bring them both. There's no time. We need the gems, the hidden gems. We need more Mosqueras, more people that no one's heard of. Then maybe we might just be able to start selling people for big money. Because if you buy someone for 3 million and you get 50 million for him, well done, Arsenal. We need to start being able to sell properly. And hopefully, that's the next evolution of Berta. Can they start finding hidden gems and getting big money? Because we know the Cronkies, they love to make the money. So, if this can happen, I'm sure it will benefit Arsenal in the long term. Because if you sell, you can spend even more. So hopefully this happens. And then it goes on to say Napoli's first league title winning team in 33 years had Micheli's fingerprints all over it. Reunited with Luciano Spalletti, the manager who he worked with at Udinese. Micheli scouted King Min Jae and, most impressively of them all, Kavicha Kvaratskhelia, who won the Serie A MVP in his first year in the league. And then now he's got another league. So he's got two. He's got two at Napoli. He's there. He must have found McTominay as well. Where did he find this McTominay geezer? He's turned into Iniesta. So this guy, he seems like he knows his stuff. He knows ball. And if Berta wants him, I'm sure Berta will get him. And this is going to be key to success for Arsenal. If Arsenal can keep finding hidden gems, that will be a key ingredient to hopefully finally winning the league and then sustaining long-term success. But we wait and see, don't we? We wait and see. It is early days. But then again, I don't know. So, wait, there's also some other news that I might have missed. So, it says Gabriel Jesus sends Arsenal transfer message as preferred next club revealed after injury return. Arsenal striker has his heart set on a reunion with boyhood club Palmeiras, believes it doesn't make sense for him to leave the Gunners after the club supported him through his recovery from ACL. Brother, my friend, I won't lie to you. I get it. Look, January, just get rid because this boy, it's sad to see. I love Gabriel Jesus when he's fit. This is a player that I love. I watch him. I enjoy the jinky. Obviously, he's frustrating as well and doesn't like to finish his dinner. But we can't risk it. We cannot risk it for a chocolate biscuit. We cannot risk him getting injured again. We can't. So the best thing for all those concerned, everyone involved in this, is to sell Gabriel Jesus. I think we all agree. Most of us do like Gabriel Jesus, but as we know, the boy is always going to get injured. His body just can't stay, you know what I mean? Like, he just can't stay fit. And sadly, if you can't stay fit, you just have to go. That's it. You have no choice but to leave. You have to leave. And yeah, that's probably what I'd be pushing for. If I'm Arsenal, I'd be like, thank you for your services, Gabriel Jesus. To maybe play 1-2 games. Maybe if we can play him for I think you only need 4 games to get a winner's medal in the Premier League. So maybe just play him 3 minutes, 5 minutes a game, maybe 10 minutes. Last game, 30 minutes. Then January comes. Thank you for your services, my friend. Hopefully win the Premier League and we can send you a medal. Then everyone's happy. Everyone will be happy with that. We'll be happy. We'll be celebrating for Gabriel Jesus. He got his winner medal. How many years he got in City? 4 or 5? The one at Arsenal? Perfect. But then he's saying, come back from such a complex surgery, doesn't make sense for me to leave Arsenal right now. He continued insisting that he has not held talks with Palmeiras despite the mutual interest in the reunion. That was in October. Speaking in October, the Vidal president, Lima Pereira, has made a public plea for the 4-time Premier League winner to come home. I agree. I think he should go home. Then he's basically saying he's never had contact with another club, and my desire, as I say, is to return to Palmeiras, and Palmeiras desires for me to return there, blah, blah, blah. So yeah, man, that's sort of the Gabriel Jesus news anyway, man. Obviously, I wish him all the best in his recovery, but I just don't feel that it's beneficial for him to be at Arsenal much longer, because he's just gonna give us that couple games streak when he's doing a mad thing. He might get hat-trick against Crystal Palace in the cup again. Who knows? But then he's just gonna get injured. So, Gabby Jesus, for yourself, maybe it's best to go home. Maybe if you're at home, you might not get injuries. I don't know. Maybe the climate, the food, I don't know. It might help with you not getting injured. That's what I'd like, man. I'd like to see Gabriel Jesus not injured. But that's sort of the men's side of things. The men's side of things. I think we gotta go and touch on the women's side of things now. So currently, Arsenal sits in 11th position in the Women's Champions League. As you can see here, 11th, the reigning champions. We had a game against Bayern Munich the other day, and I can't believe what happened in that game. The bottling was so crazy. I couldn't believe the way we bottled that game. That was almost criminal, that bottling. Like, you can't be bottling these type of games. A 2-0 lead. 2-0 lead in the 80th minute was 2-1 because we conceded. We're leading for 60 minutes 2-0. We conceded in the 67th minute. And then, within 6 minutes, we go from winning 2-1 to losing 3-2. And we never looked like getting back in the game. That is the worrying thing. If you saw some of these goals, the defending was absolutely atrocious. We look like Liverpool. We literally look like the men's team Liverpool. No hunger. There's no hunger in these women. I'm watching them. They are watching. I think it was the Penella Harder goal. It was a pathetic goal to concede. 3 women, 3 players standing there watching Penella Harder take a strike into the top corner, and they did nothing. They did absolutely nothing. The 3rd goal. Oh my days, I don't even know. I think that the striker, the centre-back, I don't know, ran across 2 of our defenders and got there first. It's like they just don't care. It's like they've won that Champions League and they're saying, you know what, fuck it. We've already won the Champions League. We don't need to win anything else. I'm set for life. It's literally like they've won that set for life lottery and they've got no more desire to work anymore. They're like, fuck it. I've won it all. Set for life. I get my 10k a month. I ain't working. That is how the women look. When I look at them in a lot of games this season, there's been serious bottlings going on. Aston Villa, I think they scored in the 95th minute. It's not good enough. It is not good enough. Yes, against Chelsea, it was a much better performance. Could have won that game. You could argue we were robbed. Against Chelsea. But, if we're being honest, we just haven't been good enough this season. But somehow, we're 6 points off Manchester City, 5 off Chelsea. Will we be able to make up that gap? I don't know. But it's the draws that are killing us. Drawn against Aston Villa, drawn against Chelsea, drawn against Man United 0-0. The loss against Manchester City, once again, I don't know what was going on. That defending, shambolic. There's been a lot of poor defending. And I'm now thinking, is it because Leah Williamson's not there? Is this what's going on? Because now that Katie Reid, she's also got her ACL's been done in. So that's her ACL. Leah Williamson, I saw her at the game, her knee. I don't know what's wrong with it. There's some sort of, maybe it's an MCL, because I didn't hear it's an ACL. Is it just as simple as saying Leah Williamson returns, she's our captain, then maybe Arsenal will be more solid defensively and the players will have more hunger? Or is there a deeper rooted issue? Is Renee Slagers, is she Di Matteo? This is another question that I keep asking myself. Chopping, changing teams, she doesn't know what's her strongest lineup. Maybe she needs to just revert to type. Revert to what won us that Champions League. Revert to what got her on that run, that got her hired in the first place. No need for all this chop and change. Players on form, you play the players. If a player's on form, there's no need to take them out. That's very silly. So maybe she just needs some consistency in the performance. And hopefully, Leah Williamson, she should be back soon. When is Leah back? This is what I want to see. Leah Williamson. When does she return from injury? I don't know. She's on the One Show. So, don't know what she's doing on the One Show. Oh, this is entertainment purposes. I don't know. What does it say? Does it say when Arsenal star is expected back? Has she got a date? I don't know. Everything is going forward as expected. This is what Renee Slager said. And the exact time frame is hard to share at the moment. But we expect her to be and hope to have her back before the winter break, she said in her pre-match press conference. Let's see. But we expect to somewhere in November, December, that she might be back in full training. Leah underwent a small surgery to clean up her knee after suffering some swelling. She had previously had the ACL in the same knee, although the issues are not linked. Whew. So. This is not the best news that we're hearing, that Leah won't be back anytime soon, but we have now played Manchester City, Chelsea, and Manchester United, the top three. So hopefully, by the time Leah Williamson comes back, we get to go on some sort of winning run. Our next game is... Where's our next game? Where is the next game? It's not even showing. When's our next game? WSL. Okay, I was on all. That was the issue. Okay. North London derby. Tottenham versus Arsenal. So we've got two North London derbies. Sick. Yeah, man. We've got two North London derbies. This is Sunday the 16th. Yep. So... Oh, no, that's this Sunday. So, yeah, okay. First, we've got the women's one, then we've got the men's one. So, we've got Tottenham, Liverpool at home, Everton away, and then Manchester United. Okay, Manchester United, January the 11th. Hopefully, Leah's back by then. Hopefully, she is back by then. I'd like to hope she's had maybe 1-2 games before that, but maybe she won't get the chance. But Renee, I just hope that you can pattern up, man. And in this Champions League, it's not looking too good. We should still progress because, yep, FC20's got 2 points. You'd like to hope Arsenal can progress. I don't know how many games that you actually play. I'll try to find out, but yeah, we'll see, innit? We'll see. 19th, so who's Arsenal got? Oh God, we've got Real Madrid, FC20, and Laverne. So I think that's the 3 games. Okay. Let's see. Let's see where those teams are in the standings. So Madrid are 5th. So that'll be a tough game. Laverne on 9th. We should be able to beat them. I never heard of them. And then FC 20's 13th. So I don't think we're at risk of not qualifying full stop. Ideally, we'd want to be in this seeded playoff, because then you get an easier game. But boy, that's a tough ask right now, because the team we just lost to, Bayern, they're there. They've got 6 points, so we're probably gonna need to win all the games just to get there. Will we be able to do that? I don't know. But yeah, Renee, pattern up, and hopefully we can start getting back to winning ways, man. But people, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's been All Tingz Arsenal, episode 29.